So today is one of the really exciting days in the IHPN calendar. It's our Quality and Safety Conference. We've been running for several years now, bringing together members from across the network to learn from each other about what makes great in quality and safety, hear from expert speakers to take top tips, and fundamentally to continue that onward and ongoing journey, which we know is never done, to delivering the safest possible services in the UK independent healthcare sector.
Well, it's been absolutely delightful to be invited today, so thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to talking this afternoon about what we're doing at the Healthcare Safety Investigation Branch and how we're moving into the Health Service Safety Investigation Body in October. I think it's a real opportunity to discuss how we work together with the IHPN and its members to really understand how we can make care as safe as possible, how we can learn from things that go wrong, how we can upskill people around investigation techniques, and how we can make sure that we're investigating the most relevant things around patient safety to make improvements for our patients and improve our patient care.
I think it's very often the case that people go in to have care, whether that's medical care or surgical care, and when something goes wrong, particularly if it impacts on their families, then they want to make sure that it doesn't happen to others. And I'm working with some fantastic patient campaigners who have been able to make changes nationally and internationally so that other patients don't have the same devastating impacts that they've experienced. And what I think is really exciting is when the system listens and responds in a joined up and compassionate way, we can make the impossible possible. And we can really think about what it is that we're trying to achieve, preventing harm from happening, putting the systems into place to make that so, and thereby keeping our patients safe. And that's what we all want to happen.
Today I've been talking about just culture for both patients and staff. So really around the fact that, errors in healthcare do happen, but most of the time when things go wrong, it's not the fault of any individual, it's the wider system and the processes. And actually what we need for safer healthcare is for the focus when things do go wrong on learning, on looking at the systems and looking at the processes. To get that right, we need a culture where staff feel supported, they feel confident, they feel safe in engaging in those processes. But we also need a culture where families and patients are supported, they're given answers and actually enabled to heal, because the learning is absolutely crucial, but we also need to be helping people heal and recover when these things sadly happen. It's been a huge journey. It's coming up to 15 years since Joshua died, and there has been changes. I think I reflect and say they've been much slower than I would have liked to see, but right at the moment is a really interesting time for patient safety. So we've got a lot of national policies like PSURF, the National Patient Safety Strategy that really has a focus on just culture and engagement with patients. So I think we're at a really pivotal point, and that's what keeps me going really, is that if I can use Joshua's story to kind of reinforce that actually what could the future look like? If we got this right, what would that look like? And I think keep that vision in our minds. There is a better place and we can get there if we all carry on working together. So that's very much the message that I'd like to kind of give people.
So there's a huge amount of change in the patient safety world, and there needs to be, because we know that we're not great at embedding change. We're great at doing reports and reviews and recommendations. We're not great at embedding. And the cultural shift still needs to happen. And I think things like the patient safety incident response framework that's coming in, some of the data agenda from learning from patient safety events, and the changes in the regulatory approach, both from HSIB and from CQC, will help with that. And I think we're ready. And we move forward now, of course, as IHPN to our PSURF conference in June, and that will help again us build our safety story and activities.
It's been extremely powerful in different ways. The patient stories that have been told by Sean, by Henrietta, and perhaps most by James have just been amazing in terms of how it makes safety real. The whole approach from the regulator CQC, from HSIB, has actually started to say that safety as an issue is now raised to where it always should be. the key message I think that's come out of today is we've got to put more weight on what patients tell us. It cannot be doctor or nurse knows best. It's got to be we listen to patients and their stories and what they tell us, and we believe them.
So, yeah, done for another year. Great day. What we really wanted to achieve was patients at the heart of safety and quality, and I think we achieved that. Great speakers from Dr Sean O'Kelly at CQC, to Dr Henrietta Hughes, Dr Rosie Benneyworth, Nick Day, National Medical Examiner, and James Titcombe, bringing it all together, refocusing us on how, if we move together as a sector, if everyone in that room, healthcare professionals, clinical leaders, if we all take a step forward together, listening more carefully and hearing what the patients are telling us, we can make care safer and we can value staff more. So I don't know what we're going to do next year.